It's amazing.
El eco.
What's the word?
Eco.
Eco. Eco is incredible. And it's funny that it's a technology. It's a forum about technology in this very big analog.
Jump to technology.
Well, when I was very young, I started out playing classical guitar, and I was a classical musician up until the time I was around 13. And I started playing in punk rock bands, and I loved playing in bands. But the big problem in playing in bands is you always have to wait for the other musicians to show up.
Something that it's good for others.
Well, it's one of my favorite things about the digital world we live in is it's very chaotic, but chaotic sometimes in a really good way. Like in the old days, record companies, publishing companies, media companies tried so hard to control everything, and so they would almost like force the consumer to like buy something in a certain way and punish people if they didn't buy it in a certain way. And what I love about the internet is how democratic it is. And I also love this idea that if I make music, I put it out into the world and I have no idea what's going to happen. But that chaos is wonderful. And I think that the companies who try to control it aren't going to be around for very long. The companies who sort of like accept that the digital world is very chaotic are the ones who do well. And that idea of empowering democracy through technology really has to be chaotic. It's funny, when I started Moby.com, I went to Creative Commons to see if we could partner on something. And I love Creative Commons, but they actually said, well, we'll partner with you, but you have to use our software. And I said, but I just want to give music away. I don't want to use proprietary software. I just want it to be 100% free. And it's funny how some companies don't understand 100% free. They try and put restrictions on it. Not necessarily them, but even the label I used to be signed to didn't understand this idea of just putting it out there, 100% free, and seeing what happens. It was always trying to put restrictions on it and control this. And I was like, but it's so exciting as a musician if you can take your music, put it out into the world, and just simply see what people do with it. It's broken, so you plug it in and you hope for the best. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you just sort of have to accept it. I feel like that's also sort of what the human condition is. Like with people, I don't like perfect people. I like to immediately have that emotional reaction, so that's why I've dedicated my life to music.
Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, I love Mexico very much. And as a citizen of the United States, every time I come to Mexico, I feel like I need to apologize for my country. And at some point, that stupid wall between the United States and Mexico will be torn down. It's just funny that the Americans were so anti the Berlin Wall, and these crazy old white Republicans in the United States are so focused on this wall between two countries who are friends. So I apologize for my country.
Síguenos en nuestras redes sociales y suscríbete.
Para más información visita AppleHead de blog.